Hello everyone and welcome back to GTA San Andreas. Today we'll be taking care of these street races here in San Fierro, in and around San Fierro. So, let's get started. We have I think there's 6 races in total. Some of them are in the Badlands and some in the city proper.
Oh, and this isn't just car races? Like, I saw one that was labeled dirt bike race, or, dirt bike danger. There it is.
Yeah, there's some of the off-road vehicles here as well. Starting with the dirt bikes.
Oh,
the frame
man.
rate is not enjoying any of this.
I was about to say, I can feel your PS2 screaming right now. Although it got better once you veered into first place, so... But oh man, these visuals.
What? These are the amazing Nintendo 64 level textures.
Oh, it's not that. It's more, this is... The way the textures are, like, moving through across the screen, like, it's crushing the bitrate to hell and back.
Yeah. It'll probably be better in the final episode. The final version of the episode, I would hope.
Yeah, this is
Fingers
mostly
crossed.
just... I'm mostly just, making a gripe about, the commentary quality and code. Which, I mean, that's whatever. You guys won't see it. I hope.
Might have to render this one in 4K when I upload. I don't know.
Good old 4K.
Indeed. So yeah, the races are, well, most of them are pretty easy as long as you're vaguely competent at driving. But there are some that do have some pretty, yeah.
Weren't there 10
ahead.
racers? Like, I just noticed it says you're first out of 6. Didn't that say first out of 10 or out of 10 people earlier?
I wasn't paying attention.
Huh.
I think it was 6.
Oh, I don't know where I saw the 10 then from.
Yeah, but this is a fairly uneventful race, to be perfectly honest, because I think the AI was just kinda tripping over each other there at the back of the grid, so we just kinda could build up a big lead and just drive into the distance.
Right.
Tractor. Okay, so that was a pretty easy start to this, so let's see what we have next. We got some buggies.
Alright.
And the frame rate is once again having a bit of a dip.
Yeah, this is totally a 6-man race. I genuinely don't know why I thought the dirt bike one was a 10-man race. I don't know if the PS2 would be able to handle that, just out the gate.
Yeah, it's close enough to bursting into flames at this point, quite frankly, so...
Oh, the poor renderware engine.
I mean, the renderware engine can do quite amazing stuff, you know?
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna argue with that.
Like, it powered the Burnout games, which were like 480p 60 FPS on the PS2.
Oh man, that is pretty impressive.
Yeah, all of the Burnout games were 60 FPS. The first one looked kinda shit, but from Burnout 2 on, they all looked really good on the PS2, and I think all of them had 480p. I've mostly played them on Xbox and GameCube, so... But yeah, I played enough of the PS2 versions to know that they were at least solid. Oh dear,
Oh no,
dear.
oh, yeah!
We're fine.
Nailed it!
Just showing off a little bit. Also reminding myself that maybe I should be a little bit more cautious here when I drive through the wilderness.
Good call.
Because there will be some bumps and stuff that you can kinda hit and not really see. Or some rocks hidden behind bushes and whatnot. And those can really ruin your day.
Right. I'm kind of curious now, like, how the other versions of this game, like, perform at the start of these races. Like, does the Xbox version also look as chunky, or like the mobile versions. Like I'm sure the PS2 Classics versions that's just emulated PS2.
I mean,
that's
the mobile
probably
version
fine.
just doesn't run well in the first place, like ever, so...
Oh, fair enough. Oh, and then there's like all those decompilation ports that like I guess have been springing up in like the Vita scene.
I don't know anything about those, so
I don't
can't really
either,
say.
but I am fascinated and I'm really curious about like trying at least one of them.
I would assume that the Vita could at least handle these games, like, in a somewhat decent fashion.
Right. Yeah, I'm just really curious. Like, I know they've done at least 3 in Liberty City. Or, not Liberty City, Vice City.
Right.
And I'm just really curious how that's gonna go. Like, I think it's based off of the original PS2 code, but
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah, I wouldn't know. It probably uses the mobile version for assets, though. All right, what's next?
Next is, I think we head to the city now. Yeah, we are gonna do some go-go karting.
Oh hell yeah, Dragon Kart, let's go!
You wish. This is not quite Dragon Kart, sadly.
Damn it.
This is a pretty straightforward go-kart race. Or it would be if I wasn't crashing into lampposts. Well,
It's
it
okay,
doesn't seem
these guys
like
are-
anyone else is doing... Yeah.
Everyone else is having a rough time navigating, too.
Yeah, this handles in a completely different way to any other vehicle in the game, so... It's a little bit on the twitchy side, and the way I drive it is I just kinda... I just lift for the corners and then just kinda let it roll around the corner instead of like braking and stuff.
Man, that's how I try to fly in Superman 64, and when that's the point of comparison, that just feels bad.
I mean, from what I remember, I have not actually driven a go-kart, but I did some of the karting races in Project Cars, and the basic idea from what I can remember was pretty much the same there, so... I think that's just kinda how you drive this.
Fair, I guess? Also, please put in like a motion sickness warning like before this race starts.
Yeah, I should probably just put one for the entire video, to be honest, because I'll be doing a lot of this in first person just for the main reason for that being that you can't see anything from third person if your car is any bigger than this.
Right.
And it kinda helps to see where the traffic is. But yeah, once again, once we got through the mayhem at the start, not too difficult to get to first place and just kinda build up a lead. Really, the main advice I can give for these is just don't drive too fast. Cause you kinda, well, as the old adage goes, to finish first you have to finish. So,
Yeah, that's true. I should probably take that advice next time I boot up F-Zero GX.
I'm not sure how much that is gonna help with F-Zero GX, quite frankly, but you can try, of course.
Yeah, I don't know. I cannot play F-Zero GX to save my life.
Okay, so now that we got the CJ kart out of the way, we have some more conventional vehicles, I guess, to race. And we're starting in first person here because I had to try this a couple of times because I just got kinda screwed by the AI.
Okay, if you didn't clarify that we were in first person, I thought you were that like red minivan whatever thing in the front? Station wagon?
That's like a Volkswagen Golf.
Yeah, that thing.
It's like a GTI car. It's not a minivan.
I don't
It's
know
a
why I
compact,
said,
like a hatchback.
I don't know why I said minivan. It should be. I hope it's plainly obvious that I don't know cars.
Oh, that was a little bit close, but we're fine.
Yeah. Oh dear.
AI traffic. Always getting in the way. So let's see here. Just follow these guys a little bit and see where we could overtake. Watch out for street furniture. That will screw you over. Game having some minor loading issues with the LODs there, but never mind.
Oh, that jump. Here we go again.
Well, we are in San Fierro. Oh, thanks, that helped. Out of the way, please. Out of the way, please. Coming through.
What even happened to that guy? Why did he just stop?
He went exploring. But this is really hard because there's a lot of these like blind jumps.
Yeah, no kidding.
And blind crests. So this is why you really want to use first person for this.
I don't know how much I appreciate the rear view looking behind you in first person being pretty accurate to how the view is in real life when you're in the driver's seat.
I don't appreciate it very much at all.
Yeah, because like it's nice little attention to detail because yeah, you really don't see a whole lot when you just turn your head back, but at the same time, it's a video game. Maybe you should see more.
At least in that we were in a car that we at least could see out of.
Yeah, that too. Oh dear, the frame rate.
Nah, never mind that slight stuttering with the streaming there. The renderware engine is fine. Yeah, what was I about to say? Yeah, our rear window is still intact, so that also helps us see through it.
Right. Yeah, if there were like a bullet hole in it, that would be impossible.
We might see that later. Well, not a bullet hole, but like damage in general.
Does that also apply if like your front rear or front windshield has damage?
That doesn't matter at all because we are like in the bumper cam.
Oh, okay.
I was just actually looking what car we're driving in this. This is a Phoenix, so... yeah, I think it's a Phoenix. The sort of Pontiac Trans Am type vehicle that was introduced in Vice City. I can't actually remember what car we drove in the previous race. I didn't actually think to check. But it doesn't really matter, it's some type of sports car. Out of the way, lads. And yeah, I think they just kinda gave up at this point.
At this point, yeah, I think you're good. I kind of wonder how these races would feel like if you just kind of played a Magical Sound Shower in the background.
Well, that might work, but I mean, Outrun music isn't really made for racing, you know?
I guess.
Outrun is a driving game, it's not a racing game, you don't race anyone.
I know, but still.
Unless you're playing Turbo Outrun, but that is a different soundtrack.
Does that not have Magical Sound Shower?
No, it doesn't.
That's a shame. There's like 5 different versions of Magical Sound Shower on Spotify if I look up that song by the title.
It's got the original and various re-releases, I suppose, as well as Outrun 2, which brought back all the original songs.
Right.
And there was some in Outrunners as well, which was like one of these like early to mid-90s Sega superscaler titles, which I honestly thought always looked kind of crummy, like Power Drift and those kinds of games. Like it was pretty impressive, the amount of detail in those games, but it just looked kind of confusing.
Right.
I don't know.
This is making me think now of like, weren't there a bunch of like really old Sega Classic Arcade titles, but like remade as 3D games for like PS2?
Yeah, they had Outrun and Virtua Racing and some others.
Okay, Outrun was I couldn't remember if Outrun was one of them. I am.
Yeah, they replaced the Ferrari with some kind of a generic sports car because obviously they never had a license. Also, I'm not sure where that guy was going because he was
what?
like in last place.
Did we fucking lap a dude?
I think we did, even though this is a point-to-point race and doesn't have laps. So good job.
That's kind of impressive.
I'm really not sure how you get lapped in a point-to-point race, but this guy, by God, he managed it. And for that we salute him tonight. The AI is not the smartest at the best of times. And when you give them this lengthy, kinda complex course, they might get into some issues, shall we say. I might get into some issues because I can't see anything.
So I take it this AI definitely couldn't handle like the death course or whatever they call it in GTA 5.
Which course is that?
It was something stupid I read about where it was like you're in the mountains or something. You hail a taxi cab to get you to another part of the city. But you tell the taxi cab to just like step on it and hurry.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure about that.
I'm gonna have to go look that up while while we're just starting the next race, I guess.
Yeah, you do that.
GTA 5 Death Taxi.
So now we have an endurance race.
Oh
the
dear,
country
that's
endurance.
a long one.
Also, here is another take. You see, we are actually mid-race, and I am not doing all that well. I got kind of bumped into various street or roadside objects, and here just completely overshoot the turn. There we go. I mean, I'm pretty decent at driving in these games, but I'm not perfect, you know. So this is the fastest way to restart.
You have been disqualified for destroying your vehicle.
I mean, that is a fairly valid reason to disqualify someone, I think.
Yeah.
So let's do this properly.
I can't find anything specific about this aside from it being called the Taxi Driver AI Challenge.
Okay. So yeah, we are now in the Bullet, which is like a Ford GT. Or I suppose a GT40, because the Ford GT I don't think was actually a thing yet when the game came out.
Right.
But it still looks more like the modern Ford GT than the original GT40. But it's obviously inspired by those kinds of vehicles. Oh, thanks, that helped. But that's okay.
That guy knows who the real competition is.
Yeah. I mean, he's just doing the F-Zero tactics, you know?
Yeah.
That's how you win races. Oh, well, he went exploring, so never mind.
I think
Which also happens in F-Zero quite often.
I was gonna say, I think he got boost power.
Yeah, the boost power in a lot of games just seems to be like an automatic trip to the nearest bit of scenery.
I keep trying to use the boost in F-Zero GX, but I just keep like slamming into walls, like even when I'm going on a straightaway.
That's quite well done, actually. Usually I wait until the turns to slam into the walls.
Oh, I learned my lesson trying to do that in F-Zero SNES.
Oh yeah. Oh dear, this corner is actually really hard.
Yeah,
And that tree was apparently indestructible, so that helps.
Wasn't that the corner you overshot in the first take?
That was, yeah. I was prepared for it this time, and I still almost fucked it up.
It's okay, you saved it.
Yeah, and the AI wasn't doing any better, so... So we are fine. Okay, yeah, now I switched back to the first-person camera because I just wasn't sure that I could see all that well what was ahead. And also we just saw that our rear window was cracked, which also means that we can't see anything if we try to look behind us, so we just kinda have to hope that the AI isn't too close.
Yeah.
And I'm also picking up the pace a little bit so we get this wonderful motion blur.
It does kind of remind me of like using the boost in like a modern Sonic game.
We are once again rolling around at the speed of sound.
We're not in San Francisco anymore, or sorry, San Fierro.
We are almost there, so it's fine.
Yeah, I know, we're close enough.
Although I think this is actually, we are right next to Los Santos. Yeah, this race actually is real long. Well, it is an endurance race, so of course it is quite long by definition, but it must still kind of surprise you just how long it actually is.
I have to imagine we have another like 2 minutes to go on this race.
Judging from the video time, yeah, that looks about right. We have 2 minutes of video left. But yeah, again, once we get through all the melee at the start of the race, we are able to just kinda stretch out a big lead. So now it's just a matter of me not screwing this up, which of course can happen. And does happen sometimes. Because again, can't always do everything perfect.
I believe in you.
Well, it's nice somebody does. But here I just had absolutely no idea where this track was even going, because obviously on the first attempt I just kind of failed pretty early, so... So I'm trying to be a little bit more careful. And still almost screw that up. But it's fine, we got it turned. At least the car handles quite well, so... It doesn't have a ton of oversteer or anything like that. The engine is having some minor issues. The game engine, not the car engine. But that's okay, because we have now won all of these street races in San Fierro.
Alright, so what's our prize?
Our prize at this point is nothing except the cash that we got from winning each of them.
Oh.
Because we have to win all of the races in the game to actually get a real prize.
Oh, I see.
So we'll get to that eventually.
I'm not gonna lie, when you loaded back into the game, I thought you loaded into like a test map or something because you were just looking at untextured walls.
I mean, it's also possible that the game just doesn't load any of the environment. Welcome to San Andreas on the PS2.